Endings are also beginnings. We only need to open our eyes and ears to experience them. The story, The Little Amber Casket. It is a true love story between Polish girl and German boy during the end of the Second World War. Grandmother Sophia welcomed her granddaughter Annie, who was usually drop in after school, and straight from the doorstep. Annie was shouting, "Granny, I don't understand why those boys are so silly. Andrew again was whispering something to Dagmar, and then they were giggling. I don't understand. He is my boyfriend." "Oh, if it is true love, he will be yours." True love endures the test of time. Annie thought for a moment and then asked, "Granny, do you remember your first love?" "Oh, yes, my dear. I remember it as if it happened just yesterday." "Tell me about it." "Okay, let me take my herb tea, and you meantime bring that little amber casket from the dresser." When it was done, they sat down and Grandma started her story. During the wartime, our family was spared. We were fortunate to work on the farm in Germany, and the farm was located near the concentration camp. Every day, while taking goats to graze, I was meeting a young boy, and sometime I tossed him some apple or some piece of bread. We were not talking much, but I can tell you there was love between us. And one day he was gone, and I thought I would never see him again. I assumed he was killed, but I cherish the stolen memories of the shared time during the pain and sorrow. "And what about this amber casket?" asked Annie. "Oh, yes. At our last meeting, he said, 'I would like you to have something from me. Tomorrow, when I will be gone because they're taking us to another camp, I would like you to go to the other side of the railroad where the orchard is. And on the side of the forest, there is gnarled wild cherry tree. In its trunk is a hole, and there you will find something wrapped in the blue handkerchief. I want you to have it.' The next day, I went there, and I found that blue cloth bundle. It was this amber casket. You see, let's open it. You see, this is the photograph of my Hans. He used to live in Gdańsk before war." "So, you never saw him again, Grandma? Then what about grandfather? Is he your second love?" "Patience, my dear." Grandma took a sip of tea and continued. "You see, after the war, my family moved to Canada. And at first we settled on a farm in Alberta, where Uncle Robert was already farming on his own farm. And a few years later, I moved to Toronto to study in the nursing school. And then one day, it was spring, 1958, my girlfriend arranged a blind date with another immigrant. And as reluctantly as I agreed, but as I was chatting with my date in the car, in the back seat of the car on the way to restaurant, he asked me the question usually, asked by immigrants. Where were you during the war? I said, I was working on the farm in Germany. And you? A concentration camp in Germany, he replied, and then that faraway look into his eyes. What is it? I asked. Oh, nothing, just a memory. Go on, I encouraged him. There was a girl who visited me, and she brought sometime apple, sometime crust of bread. Our rendezvous lasted during the 7 months, continued. I cherish memories of those months shared. And then one day you asked her to find Amber Casket in a wild cherry tree? Why? How do you know that? I felt as though my heart would explode. I took his hand, and after deep breath, I said, I am that girl, Sophia, and you are my Hans, whom I never forgot. Destiny has brought us together, said Hans. This time we are free, no longer separated by barbed wire, and I never want to be separated from you again. Will you marry me? Without hesitation, I said, yes, I will marry you. So, there you have it. This is story about my first love. So, Grandpa is your first love? Then you know, Grandma, tomorrow I will speak to my boyfriend to find out if he is true to me. Thank you.